Because we know very well to be able to change our businesses, we need to change ourselves first. And I'm a big believer. I'm not one of those believers that say, you know, it's only business.
Nope.
You have a business hat and you have a self hat. I don't believe that. I think it's the same thing. When you've got issues in your personal life where you've got insecurities or confidence issues or inability to understand what focus and what your pleasure and pain points are, well, you're going to transmute that into your business. I'm a big believer of that. So I ask you, what tools in your mind, if you look back in the last 12 weeks, was the most powerful for you? I'd like to be able to start with a tool that I often like to use, and I call it the every word, I believe, is a suitcase word, meaning it means something different for anybody who uses that word and how that word affects you. So today, there's a reason why I'm using this word today on our last class. I am going to ask you, what does this word mean to you? What does this word mean to you? I'd like you to write it down. Now you can write it discouraged, you can write it discouraged, you can write discouragement, whichever way. I think we all understand. When I say the word discouraged to you, what are the meanings that come up? Take a moment and write them down. Now I'm going to ask you, what's your sense of belonging with this word? So I asked you first, what does it mean for you? And now I'm going to ask you, how does it belong in your life? What is your sense of belonging with the word discouraged or discouragement? So, you know, you have some words that when they are used, it does something. When I say the word discouraged, do you feel like it's here or do you feel like it's far? When you see the word discouraged, do you have specific examples that come out in your mind like this?
Right away.
Yeah. So I want to understand, or I want you to understand, what is your relationship with the word discouraged? Is it something that easily happens to you? Write your answer, yes or no. Do I easily get discouraged? Do I easily get discouraged? What does it mean?
Frustration.
The emotion is frustration. What else?
Unwilling.
What?
Unwilling.
Unwilling.
I read a word or an emotion.
I'm asking you from an internal. Have you ever felt discouraged?
Rarely.
Okay. When you do, what happens? And so we're opening the suitcase word for a reason, because I'd like to eliminate discouragement from your life in 2021. That's the exercise today, or part one of the exercises. Hopefully I'll get through all of the material I want to do. Discouraged. From within, what happens? So now, if we're done sharing, do you guys, anybody else want to share? I want you to be as specific as possible. We're trying to find a pattern of when you get discouraged, how you get discouraged, what discourages you, why do you get discouraged, and when does it happen? By isolating what the word means to you and how that makes you feel and when you get there, I can then show you how you no longer have to feel discouraged. And we can leave that behind in 2020. You see, the minute that you start feeling discouraged now, starting today, you can now turn around and say, hey, I have a solution. By writing down specifically when you get discouraged, you have the ability to isolate it when it happens in your life. I want you guys to take a mental image of this on the board, because now we're going to talk about the solutions. And when I say solutions, is all we're going to do is we're going to shift in perspective. Okay? So if you now understand when you get discouraged, how you get discouraged, why you get discouraged, what discourages you, and what emotion, now we kind of know what we need to do not to feel discouraged. The first thing not to feel discouraged is your approach.
Yeah, I wrote that before.
Your approach. Your approach will decide. You see, when you get discouraged, you're not getting the results you want. You're getting a whole bunch of fumbled emotions of frustration and not feeling good enough and unworthiness. But at the end of the day, being discouraged is because you're not getting the results you want. Hence, your approach was wrong. Your approach was wrong. How about
Definitely.
understanding that maybe if you're discouraged, you're not taking the right path, right? And what is the right path? What, we have the ability, there's other people that have walked the path we want to walk and have been successful. Why don't we just follow that path? So we feel discouraged when we don't get the results we want because of the approach. And perhaps it's the lack of two things: listening or acting on what a potential mentor. So you guys all sell real estate. There's a million systems out there to be able to sell with. But you choose one. You choose yours. And yours is a makeup of, or the puzzle of, any pieces you've wanted to put together. Now that makeup of that is what decides if you get the results you want. So why don't we follow footsteps? Why do we believe that we need to find our own path to success and we need to stumble on the staircase? Why do we feel like we need to almost reinvent the wheel when all we have to do is take the wheel and then, we put nice little pretty bows if we want to. We can, put our initials on it. We take the wheel first. And then once we've mastered that to unconscious competence that we spoke about last week, then you can model it to you. But often we do the opposite. We take who we are and we say, I'm going to run with this. And then I'm going to build this model, new model that nobody's found success with before. I'm going to call it mine. And then I'm not going to get the results I want. And then I'm not going to have a vision moving forward. And then I'm going to feel discouraged. Why?